determine who will be the 2020 Amateur Rider Champion. Pass you over to your class commentators Stuart McLeod and Fiona Hammond.
Thanks very much, Warwick, and we welcome our first combination out on course here in the Premier Arena, the first of 29 combinations battling it out for the bragging rights of Amateur Rider of the Year, brought to you today by Wade Equine Coaches. This is Vanessa Kelly out in the ring. She's from New Plymouth, and she rides Black Hawk, an 8-year-old Clydesdale thoroughbred cross gelding by Crichton Lanarkshire out of Millie.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to this, Fiona. It's always a lot of fun, these amateur classes, either the pro amateur or the amateur. And this afternoon, this amateur class is the one that we're going to talk about. 29 combinations to come in, unless there's been some alterations, but 29 it seems it's going to be. Time allowed is 86 seconds for the round. Kindly supported by Wade Equine Coaches, as you've already mentioned. Great to see Alicia here from Wade Equine. They do build absolutely magnificent coaches, and it's a pleasure to have them on board for this class. Thank you, Alicia. One of the conditions of this class is competitors may not have won prize money in any jumping class greater than 1.25 meters. And the horse competitors must ride horses that are registered with ESNZ in their name as owner or part owner or registered lease. So pretty careful about that one. Just a couple of the conditions in this class. Nice one.
Interior designer and rides Master of Hossack, a 12-year-old crossbred gelding by Jimmy out of Elsie. Bred by Jean and Amy Thomas of Hossack Station Bred.
So in this way, the Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final, Amelia Clark on Master of Hosek. Hosek has had 8 faults at a time of 75.66.
Kelly Chapman is next to go in this class. Kelly is from Albany. She's self-employed, works in digital marketing, helping both local and international businesses grow. And it's a career that's allowed her to travel to over 20 countries in the past 2 years. So very busy lady is Kelly. She rides Indy, an 11-year-old mare by Kiwi A Million out of Wilma, bred by Kim Best.
Doesn't it?
Judges confirm a score of 20 for Kelly Chapman and her horse Indy. Time was 78.75.
Well, our next competitor in the Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final is Ali Hilton. Ali is from Upper Hutt. She's an equine coach, moved to New Zealand in 1999. Works in the Wellington region and has ridden and competed all her life. She enjoys working with off-the-track thoroughbreds and has produced this horse, Willow Ridge Surprise, 12-year-old thoroughbred gelding by Ekrar out of Sky Cove.
Ali Hilton, you've just had a lovely ride on your horse, Willow Ridge Surprise. Well done to you. And I'm sure you'll be reasonably happy with just the 4 faults in a time of 81.70. That was Ali Hilton with Willow Ridge Surprise.
That's the bell for Scott Borland, number 5 in the draw. And Scott comes to us aboard SB Smokescreen, an 8-year-old thoroughbred cross mare by Smokin' Up out of Tickle Me Feathers, bred by Carla Harcourt. owned by Scott and Rachel Bentel. Scott, a very well-known and respected realtor in the Waikato, juggling a busy workload with his horses, and he says his forte is turning around difficult horses into successful competitors.
Well, what a great ride Scotty Borland was having on his horse SB Smokescreen. He was thoroughly enjoying it. You could tell by the smile on his face, and he had fence number 10 down, and that has given him 4 faults. That's Scotty Borland with SB Smokescreen 4.
Kate Ramsey is our next rider to go. She's a dry stock farmer from Pukeatua, rides Ladybug, a horse bred and owned by Emma Gaze and her mum Wendy out of their broodmare Bushbug by the stallion Vivant.
So the combination in front of the grandstand, just a few problems for Kate Ramsey. Had the first fence down, the 4A came down, the horse ducked off at the second part. So that's deemed to be a refusal as I listen to the judge's call. So 4 for the fence down, 4 for the refusal, some seconds added on, which I think is 6 in fact. So the hooter goes for Kate to recommence.
Awesome. You get on with it. Hurry up, come on.
Judges confirm a score for Kate Ramsey and Ladybug, 16 jump penalties and 2 times, so their total is 18. Their time was 90.98 and the time allowed for the round is 86, hence the 2 time penalties.
Our next combination is Kaylee Kent aboard Double J SpongeBob SquarePants. 14-year-old gelding by Double J Repecharge out of Double J Remember Me, bred by Wendy Jacobs of Double J Stables, owned by John McLennan and Kaylee Kent. Kaylee's from Otani, and she's had a decent amount of success this season in the Amateur Rider Series. Sits in 10th place on the series leaderboard.
Oh, what a whoop kick of a round for Kaylee Kent. She's jumped clear with her lovely horse, Double J SpongeBob SquarePants. Gee, that's an announcer's nightmare, but the horse is superb, so we salute a great round, Kaylee. Well done to you. You are clear, the first of our clears in this Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Rider class.
And next to go is Natalie Page. Hopefully we'll see a few more clear rounds now after Kaylee's lovely clear. Natalie riding the Dark Horse, 15-year-old thoroughbred gelding by His Excellency out of Kawata, bred by the Hayworth family. Natalie's from Levin. She's a banking advisor for BNZ. She's a former event rider, now trying her hand at being a grown-up with a real-world job and enjoying riding just as an outlet.
Lovely ride, Natalie Page with the Dark Horse. 4 faults on the way round at fence number 9B. Unfortunately, just over the time allowed. Her score is .89. 86.49 was the time, hence the time penalty. So the total is 5.
Our next rider is Simone McConnell, number 9 in the draw. Simone is from Tauranga. She's back riding after 18 years off busy having a family. She has 3 children who are also here riding at Horse of the Year. And she rides Country Xena, 15-year-old warm blood mare by Trial Kazibu out of My Sweet Patriot. Bred and formerly competed by Melanie Dudding.
Okay, so bad luck for Simone McConnell and her horse Country Xena, but looks as though they're sort of okay. Simone holding her back, so hopefully not too serious.
So our next rider to go in this Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final will be Tanya Hansen. Tanya's made the trip up from Taranaki. She's a consenting and land manager for Greymouth Petroleum Limited. And she rides Euro Champagne, 10-year-old warm blood thoroughbred cross gelding by Eurosports and Tavos out of Honey.
So we're just checking the score for this last rider, Ashley Johnson, Miss V, correction, Tanya Henson it was, with Euro Champagne. Definitely had 4 faults, and we need to check whether another rail came down that the judges weren't sure about. So we'll just hold the score for a moment or two and move on.
In the meantime, the bell goes for Ashley Johnston, number 11 in the draw, with Miss V NZPH. Ashley's had a very good season in the Amateur Rider Series. She sits at the top of the leaderboard with 96 points. So this will be an important class for Ashley to pick up some more of those valuable points.
Judges have confirmed, in fact, a 4-fault round for Tanya Henson with Euro Champagne, just the 4. The time was 75.78. That was the previous rider. Nice ride, Ashley Johnson, a 4-fault round on her horse, Miss V NZPH. Time was 75.27, and as I said, the 4 faults it was.
Poppy Gamble is next to go aboard You Honey, 13-year-old mare by Buck out of Millie, a homebred horse of Poppy's. She's from Whakatane and is a dairy process worker at Fonterra. As well as show jumping, Poppy dabbles in hunting and is a champion high jumper as well.
It's a lovely name, Poppy Gamble. With You Honey. Yeah. Oh, that's 2. What was the first feature? Judges confirm a score of 12. That's 3 fences down for Poppy Gamble and her lovely horse, You Honey. 4A, 8 and 9B were the fences that came down for the 12 faults.
We've got Jeremy Clark on course now with Kenzie and HSH, an 8-year-old Holsteiner mare by Corofino 2 out of Coldplay 2 HSH. Jeremy is from Te Kauwhata, a director at Dynavite New Zealand, and lives on 40 acres, running a stud and agistment farm, Camberley Stud. Jeremy owns and runs Dynavite New Zealand Limited, which he started over 5 years ago, and the company now is very successful and is expanding overseas as well. Dynavite is the only pre- and probiotic with anti-inflammatory and immune boost, suitable for all animals and not just horses.
Try tikka waka. Isn't that what you're trying to say? Is it? Okay, so I've got 3 versions. It's a nice name, sort of just rolls off your tongue. Well, another rider that brings his own cheer group, Jeremy Clark, has got a bunch of supporters on the side, and he's just finished his round on Kentian HSH with a total of 8. Time was 70.33. That was Jeremy Clark with Kentian HSH.
The buzzer goes for Kelly Stewart and Kingsley Couture, a 9-year-old Holsteiner mare by Lansing out of Kiwi Courage, bred by Kingsley Park. Kelly is from Rotorua.
Oh, Kelly Stewart, you're a boomer. Yes, and the judges confirm it is a clear round for Kelly Stewart with Kingsley Couture. 78.05 at the time. That doesn't matter. The main thing is all the fences are up, so we will have a jump off, at least in the Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final. So well done, Kelly. We move on.
Hayley Morgan in the Premier Arena now with Stardust Harlequin Revenge. A station-bred 6-year-old gelding by Kaimai Stardust out of Nahiwi Flyer. This horse bred by Hayley. Hayley's a contractor working in the kiwi fruit and avocado industries, part-time rider and a full-time breeder.
So Hayley Morgan completes her ride on Stardust Harlequin Revenge with a total of 8. I understand lies 7th in the series at this stage, does Hayley. So Hayley Morgan 8 faults in this round with Stardust Harlequin Revenge.
In the ring now is Georgina Forsyth, number 16 in the draw. 22-year-old Georgina rides Catapult Extreme. An 8-year-old Holstein cross gelding by Corofino 2 out of Cat's Whiskers. Another one bred by Charlene Workman of Extreme Sport Horses, owned by Georgina and Mitty Forsyth.
Oh. Oh dear. Georgina Forsyth all the way round to have the last fence down on Catapult Extreme. Disappointment, no doubt about it, because we do have 2 clears, so I think she was looking really good to be the third, not to be. 4 faults it is for Georgina Forsyth, Catapult Extreme, and the time 80.67.
Our next rider is Janine Kirkbeck. Janine is from Otaki. She's an area account manager, and she rides the 13-year-old chestnut gelding Kiwi Exalt by Kiwi Frisbee out of Kiwi X, bred by Graham Hart of Fernhill Stud. This is Janine's first season competing in the Amateur Rider Series. She's sponsored by Equus Lifestyle and One Black Horse, and juggles competing with a full-time job as an area account manager in the kitchen industry, covering the Lower North Island. This horse, Kiwi Exalt, was previously competed in the Amateur Series by Janine's partner, John Jenkins.
Well, it's a 4-fault round, jumping round for Janine Kirkbeck with Kiwi Exalt, and unfortunately her time of 88.112 has taken her over the time allowed of 86 seconds, so she does incur 1 time penalty. So the total for the round is 5. That was Janine Kirkbeck with Kiwi Exalt. So
12 combinations still to go in the Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final. Just the 2 clear rounds at this stage from Kaylee Kent and Double J SpongeBob SquarePants and also Kelly Stewart with Kingsley Couture. And on the journey now is Tessa Silcock, number 18 in the draw. She rides TMS Vincenzo, a 9-year-old warm-blood thoroughbred cross gelding by Double J Repechage. And Tessa is the owner of TMS Equestrian, based in Nelson.
Tessa Silcock completes her ride on TMS TMS Vincenzo is the name of the horse for Tessa Silcock, and she finishes on a score of 4, and the time was 82.39.
Sarah Twentyman making her way round to the start now, number 19 in the draw. She's a dairy farmer from Warkworth. She's had 7 years out of the sport, but she was 5th in Show Hunter of the Year in 2019 and stepped up to Pro-Am this season. She rides the 8-year-old station-bred mare known as Moulin Rouge.
Where'd they all gone? Hey Roger, what's on top here? Oh, here you are. It's a plane for the rails.
20 jump penalties and 7 time penalties for Sarah Twentyman with Moulin Rouge.
Oh, there it is. I can see now.
Our next rider is Shelley Bridgman, and Shelley's made the trip down from Auckland. She's had some very consistent results this season in the Amateur Rider Series. She sits in 6th place on the series leaderboard with 48 points, so another one who'll be looking to pick up some more of those valuable points. And she rides Oaks Vendetta a 12-year-old warm blood gelding by Vivant out of Vedette S, bred by Oaks Sport Horses. And Shelley only started show jumping a little while ago when her 17-year-old daughter Katie took up the sport. So done very well indeed in this amateur rider series.
Well, after some pretty spectacular stuff from Shelley Bridgman, I suspect, she hasn't indicated to the judges, but we picked that she's going to retire on Oaks Vendetta, but wow, ow is probably a better way of putting it, not wow, ow, and hope she's okay. That was Shelley Bridgman at Oaks Vendetta.
What a jump that horse has in it. Got out of a few sticky spots there for sure. So we go now to number 21 in the draw, and welcome on course Liddy Loeffler. Liddy is from Wyra. She's a primary school teacher working at Wyra College, mum of 2 children, and she rides Perafino, a 7-year-old sport horse mare by Corofino 2 out of Miss Mickey, and this horse bred by Liddy.
Liddy Loeffler completes her ride on Perafino. 4 faults, time 80.66. Just still the 2 clears in the Wayne Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final. That first one, Double J SpongeBob, Square Pants for Kaylee Kent and Kingsley Couture for Kelly Stewart are the 2 clears. We certainly hope we get a couple more before the end of the first round.
Well, we're down to single digits now, our last 8 combinations to go in this class. This is Jane Beattie making her way round to the start with Lowlands Schnapps, an 11-year-old crossbred gelding by Gliver out of Gloria. Jane is an occupational therapist at Timaru Hospital, and when she's not busy with the horses, she enjoys netball, basketball, football, and volleyball. So, very active young lady. Also dabbles in a spot of hunting.
Jane Beattie just has had a lovely ride on lowland snaps for 4 faults times 79.03. That was Jane Beattie, lowland snaps in this Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final.
Emily Kozolski on course now with Double J Wilma, another one of the Double J horses. We've got Double J SpongeBob SquarePants, who is one of our 2 clear rounds. Will we see another one from Double J Wilma, an 11-year-old mare by Double J Rippercharge out of Double J Winnie, bred by Wendy Jacobs of Double J Stables. 24-year-old Emily is a theatre nurse. She's from Carterton, living in Wellington.
Well, after a slow start, Emily Kozlowski certainly got underway with Double J Wilma and was hooping around, and it was fence number 10 that came down for 4 faults in a time of 79.92. That was Emily Kozlowski with Double J Wilma.
Our next rider out on course is Tasha Brown, number 24 in the draw. She's a veterinary nurse from Hastings.
Well, not to be for Tash Brown and Kiwi Sherilyn, the 16 faults it is, in a time of 74.70. Still just the 2 clears in the Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final.
And we go now to number 25 in the draw, and welcome to the Premier Arena, Anna Kinchev. Anna is from Rotorua. She was the winner of the 2019 New Zealand Show Hunter of the Year. She's coached by Danny Morrow, currently studying to become a chartered accountant. And she rides Red Sox, 13-year-old thoroughbred Gisborne bred mare. They've had a good run this season in the Amateur Rider Series, and they currently sit in 4th place on the Amateur Rider leaderboard.
So Jessie Goggin with Miss Cassini MS have completed their ride with 4 faults. Interesting correction, that was Anna Kinchev on Red Sox, I beg your pardon. Complete their round, 4 faults, and that is our 13th 4-faulter in this round of the Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Final. So interesting, it's just been the odd rail, but there's 13 one-rails.
So if we finish with just the 2 clears, they will come back to jump off, and Anna Kinchev at this stage looks to be the quickest of the 4 faulters. So some of those quick 4 faulters might be up there in the placings if we don't get any more clear rounds. But next to go is Jessie Goggin with Miss Cassini MS, 12-year-old Holsteiner cross mare by Cassini 2 out of Miss Brunei, bred by William Willis of Matavio Sport Horses Limited. Jessie's done very well this season in the Amateur Rider Series and sits in 2nd place on our series leaderboard with 88 points. So she'll be hoping for a clear round and an opportunity to pick up some more points.
Well, once again, we get another 4-fault round, this time to Jessie Goggin with Miss Cassini MS. 4 faults, 75.45. 45 it is. So move on now to 3rd to last.
And Nicola Pete making her way around the arena. Nicola riding Chinwag, 16-year-old thoroughbred gelding by Galileo, owned by the Ormiston Pete Trust and also Nicola Pete.
It's totally boring. It's like this. Nickel Pete with Chinwag complete their ride. 8 faults is the score, 75.24 is the time.
So at this stage, still only 2 clear rounds who will come back to jump off. At best, we'll have 4 clear rounds, so definitely 2 4-faulters will be in the money. And at this stage, Anna Kincheff and Red Sox are the quickest of the 4-faulters, followed by Ashley Johnston and Miss V NZPH. So Ashley will hopefully pick up some more valuable points. And of course, we'll confirm those placings at the end of the class. These are just the interim standings from the first round. Jo Bell on course now with Mauve, an 11-year-old Clydesdale Thoroughbred Cross mare by Ashburn Sensational Kinver out of In the Purple.
Jo Bell completes her ride on Mauve with a total of 19, 16 jump and 3 time. Time was 96.95, so 19 is the score.
Our final combination making their way round to the start flags now. This is Sheila Nolan in the ring. She's from Gisborne, a farmer and mum of 2, and she rides Nahiwi Eyes of Blue, an 8-year-old mare bred by Bruce Holden by One Eye Out of Blue.
Well done. Judges confirm that it is clear, so well done, Sheila Nolan, on your Nahiwi Eyes of Blue. The girl from Gisborne gives us our 3rd clear in the Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final. So 3 to the final, jump off, not 2. So well done. We have Double J SpongeBob SquarePants for Kaylee Kent, Kingsley Couture for Kelly Stewart, Nahiwi Eyes of Blue for Sheila Nolan. They are the 3.
And our jump off course, we're just going to move the timing equipment around for the start and finishing positions. We start off our first fence at number 8 over the wall, carrying on to 9A. then back around to fence number 6, 7A, 7B, and finishing up with 2, 3, and 4A. So the parts of those combinations that are not needed will be removed, and our riders will finish right in front of the grandstand over 4A. Time allowed for the jump off is 55 seconds.
Just had confirmation from the judges for the minor placings in the Weight Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final. 4th place will go to Red Sox for Anna Kincheff. 4 faults in the time of 73.59. So she was 4th. 5th place to Ashley Johnson riding Miss V NZPH. 4 faults, 75.27. They were 5th. And 6th place will go to Jessie Goggin with Miss Cassini MS, 4 faults in a time of 75.45. They are the minor placings, still got to sort out 1 to 3.
The whole Acquire brand is founded upon the life and the way of life in this part of the world. We want to create fragrances that reflect our lifestyle here and reflect who we are as people. It's important that the environment, the fragrances, the natural waxes and everything play together to create this one beautiful thing.
Hastings is a warm and plentiful district, a place in the sun feeding the world with its abundant riches, glorious fresh fruit and produce, award-winning wines, swimming and biking, fantastic weather and fun in the sun. Hastings has an outstanding landscape, the triple peaks of Te Mata and the stunning Cape Kidnappers with its famous colony of gannets. Hastings is the heart for many of New Zealand's favourite sporting pursuits and attractions. The business and retail precinct is at the top of its game. At the helm, its innovative, hard-working community. A diverse global and Māori culture enriched our district. Our kete is now full to the brim. Come and bask in the bounty of the Hastings district, the heart of Hawke's Bay.
She'll be hoping to do a quick clear round. and hope to be quick enough not to be caught by the other two. So we're off now. Kaylee Kent, Double J, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Right, underway now with Kaylee Kent and Double J, SpongeBob SquarePants. First to clear. She's out here to win this class with the speed she's going. That's the fence has caused a few problems, but she's absolutely nailed it as Kaylee. Brave at that number 2 fence. Land Rover fence is good. On the last leg, she's at the last fence. Over she goes, she leaves it up. .41.41 is the time, and all clear for Kaylee Kent and her wonderful Double J SpongeBob SquarePants. I've had time to ask what all that was about. Now I've got it. It's a kids program. Shows you my age. Kelly Stewart.
That's right.
Kingsley Couture.
Yep.
Sorry, Fiona.
No, go ahead. Kelly Stewart and Kingsley Couture. I was just about to inform you that SpongeBob SquarePants' best friend is Squidward. How about that for a piece of useless information?
You've got it. Absolutely nailed it. Useless.
So Kelly Stewart next to go, and time to beat now set by Kaylee Kent, 41.41 seconds.
So Kelly Stewart's not going to be mucking around either. She's clear over the first 2 fences. Oh, that was brave. Got away with it. Combination's good at the far side of the arena for Kelly Stewart. Next to her, all good. She's on the left rein, heading for home. Kelly Stewart, how brave will she be? It's not a big fence, and she jumps and leaves it up. 45.75 is the call from the timer. I think the judge will confirm it as a clear. So clear, 45.75. So still Kaylee Kent with that wonderful ride on Double J SpongeBob SquarePants. He's got a mate called Squid.
I've just been corrected. I've been texted by a member of the audience to say actually his best friend is Patrick.
Oh.
So there we go, got it wrong. Anyway, Sheila Nolan making her way round to the start now with Nahiwi Eyes Are Blue.
Oh, she's had the first one. Disappointing to have that first fence down. So, guaranteed third. The rest of her fences have been really good for Sheila Nolan. Nahiwi Eyes Are Blue. Comes across now to the Land Rover fence. And one from home it is. Sheila Nolan, you're home. 47.15 is the call from the timekeeper, 47.15. The judge tells me guaranteed 4 faults. So, no doubt about it, it's a good win for Kaylee Kent on Double J SpongeBob in the Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final. Wonderful ride in the jump off. 41.41 was her time and clear. Second place went to Kelly Stewart with Kingsley Couture. Clear in the time of 45.75, and third to Nahiwi Eyes Are Blue, Sheila Nolan, 4 in a time of 47.15. All to be confirmed by the judges. So all those places have been confirmed by the judges as we've talked, and Fiona, once again, a lot of fun with the amateur class. As you say, you don't know many of these people, but they really give it their best.
Oh, they certainly do. Great to see them out here, and they probably love it being out here in the Premier Arena at Horse of the Year. Great atmosphere. Great to see a crowd here this afternoon, and of course we'll be getting ready very shortly for the Norwood Gold Cup, I believe, at 4 o'clock. But let's bring those riders in. Our winner of the class, Kaylee Kent, Double J SpongeBob SquarePants.
And I'd say a big welcome to Alicia Warwick. Lovely to see her here, looking beautiful as always.
Indeed it is, Stuart. Thank you very much. And to Fiona, great call for the Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Rider Final. And indeed, a very warm, suddenly got chilly welcome here to Alicia from Wade Equine Coaches. Alicia, been coming to the horse there for a few years now, hasn't it been? How many years have you been coming?
A long time, you tell me.
Well,
I remember Karaka, so that's a long time ago.
well, we won't go any further there. We're talking about ages and times and all that sort of thing. We're here to talk about Wade Equine Coaches, though. Beautiful range of coaches. Tell me, what makes them stand out from the rest of the market?
Well, look, I think we put a lot of time and effort into the design and certainly the quality. So many hours have gone into building those trucks, and we all share a real passion for the product. And I think they're practical and they stand the test of time.
Now, you have some different series amongst the range. Tell us about the difference in those.
Yes, we've got our very popular Wade Equine Weekender. So that's on display on the stand. That's a 3-horse truck with a very compact living. So it's designed to be easily driven, carry 3 large horses, and really does offer all that you need in a truck. We then move up to the popular Signature Series, which is also on the stand. That has slide-out living, so it's more spacious. With 3 or 4 horses. And above those 2, we have the Platinum Series, which is a great competition truck, and then the Diamond Series. And there's a few really nice examples of our trucks, the Diamond Series, Platinum, in the car park. So, yeah, there's a truck for everybody.
I was about to say, it sounds to me like you've got everything covered, from the weekender to those who are serious about competition and want a home away from home. They can definitely be helped out if they come and see you this week.
That's right. Come and see us.
Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're standing by now as we wait for our horses to come in for the presentation. But do take the opportunity to pop over and see Alicia and the team at the Wade Equine Coaches stand just over to the right-hand side here of the main Premier Jumping Arena next to the Land Rover Lounge, and check out their wonderful range of trucks that they have on display here at the Horse of the Year show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's now presentation time. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome into our presentation our place getters in the Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Rider of 2020. On hand to present the Amateur Rider Trophy presented by Blake King is Alicia from Wade Equine Coaches, and we'll now ask Alicia to hand over the trophy to our 2020 champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaylee Kent. Kaylee, of course, running the wonderful Double J Bob SquarePants. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is have a little chat to me, and then we've got another little special story to tell. But first of all, congratulations. It's always great to have a win at Horse of the Year, but to have a championship win's got to be exciting.
It's very exciting and I'm stoked.
Great little team you've got going here with SpongeBob SquarePants. Tell us a bit more about him.
Well, obviously he's just a dream horse. I've loved owning him for the last 5 years. He's a true family pet. Not only do I exercise him, but my little primary kids ride him and jump him for me. So yeah, I'm just so lucky to have him.
The Amateur Rider Series is always hotly contested. It's one that we always enjoy watching because you've always put on a great competition for us. What do you think makes it special out there being as an amateur rider?
It's the competitors. I think we all have fun. Everyone's always cheering each other on, and yeah, it's a great class. And thank you very much to the sponsors as well. Much appreciated, Wade and Dunstan's.
Fantastic. Well, this time has come up trumps for you. Put the trophy in the air, ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 Amateur Rider of the Year, Kaylee Kent. Now, Kaylee, I'm going to ask you to head back to your horse and also take the trophy with you and see Blake Keane, who has actually donated this trophy. Now, a great little story here is that Kaylee's uncle, the late Sid Kent from Gisborne, first got Blake Keane involved in the sport 48 years ago. And then Blake has put up this trophy for the amateur riders. And this year, he's very pleased that obviously Sid's niece has been able to take the trophy away. So, can you want to get a photo here too? So we'll now ask Alicia if she could go forward and congratulate her other place getters. Ladies and gentlemen, in second place, riding Kingsley Couture, was Kelly Stewart. In third place, riding Nahiwi Isa Blue, was Sheila Nolan. In fourth place, riding Red Sox, put your hands together for Anna Kincheff. In fifth place, aboard Miss V NZBH, Ashley Johnston. And in sixth place, riding Miss Cassini MS, Jessie Coggan. Well, again, we thank all our amateur riders for putting on another great spectacle here in the Premier Jumping Arena, and also to Alicia and all the team at the Wade Equine Coaches. We thank them for their ongoing support of the Horse of the Year show, and in particular this year of the Amateur Rider. Bob's not being very photogenic today. Here, Bob. Hang on, I'll just go and get some drought. There he goes, there he goes, there he goes. There we go. Alrighty, we've got the shots that'll go down in the history books, folks, but now it's a chance for us to congratulate all our place getters here in the Wade Equine Coaches Amateur Final as they're led out by our 2020 champion, riding Double J SpongeBob SquarePants, Kaylee Kent.
I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently.
The 2020 Amateur Rider of the Year. Put your hands together for Kaylee Kent, Double J SpongeBob SquarePants.
For the champions, for the champions.
Second place to Kelly Stewart.
Stand up.
Third place to Sheila Nolan.
For the champions.
Fourth place to Anna Kincheff. Fifth place to Ashley Johnston. And sixth place to Jessie Coggan.
Stand up for the champions, stand up.
One more time for your 2020 Amateur Rider of the Year, Kaylee Kent.
Now it's just who wants it most. It's just like
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we still have one class left here in the Premier Arena for day 2 of the 2020 Land Rover Horse of the Year. The feature class on the card today, it's the Norwood Gold Cup. The course behind me is being set ready for that class to get underway at 4 o'clock. So we look forward to seeing you back with more action here from the 2020 Land Rover Horse of the Year.
Talakoya brand is founded upon the life and the way of life in this part of the world. We want to create fragrances that reflect our lifestyle here and reflect who we are as people. It's important that the environment, the fragrances, the natural waxes and everything play together to create this one beautiful thing.
Hastings is a warm and plentiful district, a place in the sun feeding the world with its abundant riches, glorious fresh fruit and produce, award-winning wines, swimming and biking, fantastic weather and fun in the sun. Hastings has an outstanding landscape, the triple peaks of Te Mata and the stunning Cape Kidnappers with its famous colony of gannets. Hastings is the heart for many of New Zealand's favourite sporting pursuits and attractions. The business and retail precinct is at the top of its game. At the helm, its innovative, hard-working community. A diverse global and Māori culture enrich our district. Our kete is now full to the brim. Come and bask in the bounty of the Hastings district, the heart of Hawke's Bay.